Hey everyone, and welcome back to English Chat Corner. I'm Emma.
And I'm Jake. Great to have you with us today. We're diving into something super familiar to anyone learning English. That frustrating moment when your brain just stops working.
Ugh, yes. You're ready to speak. You've practiced, maybe even repeated things in your head a dozen times. But then, poof, silence. Nothing comes out.
It's like your brain checks out right when you need it most. I've been there. Totally froze during a job interview in English once. I had rehearsed everything, but when they asked me the first question, complete blackout.
Oh no, what did you end up doing?
I just smiled nervously and said, "Could you repeat that, please?" It gave me a few seconds to breathe and collect myself. Somehow I made it through. But man, talk about panic mode.
That's so relatable. I had a similar thing happen when I moved to France. I went to a bakery to buy a croissant, super basic. But when it was my turn to order, I blanked completely. I just pointed and said, "One, please." The baker looked so amused.
Ahaha, I can totally picture that. The truth is, no matter how much prep you do, sometimes your mind just decides to nap. But no worries. Today we're going to break down why this happens and how to handle it when it does.
Exactly. So let's get into it. First of all, why does this happen in the first place?
Well, a big part of it is nerves. Add to that the mental load of trying to form sentences in another language. Your brain is juggling grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, and social pressure all at once.
It's like trying to run 5 apps at the same time on an old phone. Eventually, something's going to freeze.
Right. And then there's the fear of making mistakes. That can really throw you off. You're so focused on being perfect that your brain just says, "Nope, I'm out."
So, how do we deal with it? One great trick is to have some backup phrases ready to go, like little safety nets.
Totally. If your mind blanks, you can say something like, "Let me think about that for a second," or "I'm not sure how to phrase this." That way, you're still engaging in the conversation while giving yourself a moment.
Let's do a quick role play. Say you're in a meeting and someone asks what you think about a new project. Instead of freezing, you could respond with, "That's a really interesting point. Let me take a moment to gather my thoughts."
Boom. Instant breathing room. Another thing that helps? Practice in relaxed settings. Just talk to yourself, your pet, or even the mirror.
Yeah. Narrate your day. "I'm making tea now," or "I need to send an email." It might feel weird at first, but it builds your speaking confidence in a low pressure way.
I did that a lot when learning German. I'd say stuff like, "I'm walking to the store," just to get used to stringing words together without stress.
Another awesome tip: shadowing. Find a video or podcast with native speakers and repeat what they say. Match their tone, rhythm, everything.
I used to mimic characters from sitcoms. I remember practicing Chandler's sarcasm from Friends. It made learning way more fun.
That's the spirit. Also, don't obsess over getting every word right. If you forget a word, just describe it. Like, "Can't remember fridge." Say "the cold box in the kitchen."
Haha. Yep. I once forgot how to say microwave in Spanish and called it the machine that heats food fast. Got a laugh, but it worked.
Exactly. Communication over perfection. And if you feel your brain panicking, pause, breathe. It's okay to take a second before you continue.
Slowing down helps so much. It gives your brain time to catch up and shows confidence too.
And don't forget, a little humor goes a long way. If you mess up, laugh at yourself. People usually appreciate it and might even help.
Absolutely. Humor lightens the mood and reminds everyone, including you, that it's okay to make mistakes.
Here's a mindset tip: visualize your success. Before speaking, picture yourself handling the conversation smoothly. That mental rehearsal can reduce anxiety.
I love that. It's like creating a memory before it even happens. And speaking of prep, expanding your vocabulary is key. The more words you know, the less likely you are to freeze.
Try learning words and themes. For a week, focus on food vocabulary: saute, grill, recipe. Then practice using them. Next week, switch to travel words.
That makes learning way more engaging. And read regularly. Even short blogs or news articles introduce useful phrases you can try out.
Exactly. Learning in context helps everything stick better. And remember, it's okay if your mind goes blank. It happens to everyone, even native speakers.
Just keep practicing, be patient with yourself, and use these strategies when you get stuck.
That's a wrap for today's episode. We hope you found these tips helpful and feel a bit more prepared for your next English convo.
And we'd love to hear from you. What tricks have helped you when your mind goes blank?
Drop us a message or comment on our socials. Your experience might inspire someone else.
Thanks for tuning in to English Chat Corner. Keep speaking, keep learning, and remember, you've got this.
Until next time, take care and happy speaking.